Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Deadfire with me, Break It Dawn. Let's finally enter the palace.
If you come to do business, outsider, you are late. Your people are already inside speaking with the Queen.
I'll keep that in mind.
They are in the throne room through the door behind me. If you should lose your way, follow the shouting.
The guard gestures toward the door, dismissing you. Oh, that's Takehu's artwork. I forget the name. The Apple Vingati? Oh, I see a familiar face here as well.
While I am flattered by the esteemed Hazanui's confidence, I must wonder how my people are meant to have destroyed an entire colony overnight.
By familiar face, I mean a familiar back of the head. The Valian dignitary aims a withering look across the aisle. A middle-aged woman with a square jaw and tar-stained teeth meets it.
You tell us. It's no coincidence that your outpost at Port Mage survived the recent storm.
She pulls a slender pipe from her pocket, but at a look from the Queen's attendants, she puts it away.
You speak as if I could command the tides. While you are casting your blame in a wide net, why not look to our Kahanga allies? We do not share their talent for shaping water.
A sizable Moa standing by the throne takes a bold step forward and flares his nostrils at the assembled dignitaries. A hush falls over the room.
I say our guest forgets himself.
He clears his throat and sweeps his gaze from Nero to the rest of the room.
Brother, stand down.
Up to this point, the Queen has studied the proceedings with an even expression. She half rises from her throne as she fixates on Prince Aruihi.
You are the one who mistakes my throne room for a sparring arena. I say this is beneath us.
As Aruihi lowers his head, the Queen slowly centers her gaze on you and leaves it there.
An interesting visitor in difficult times. You cannot be here to deliver a favorable omen.
Though her mouth doesn't move, Onikaza's voice comes to you like an insistent memory nestled among your surface thoughts. Not to Onikaza.
Allow me to apologize as I toss you before the wolves.
Though she turns to the dignitaries, you still feel her attention on you.
This one is a watcher blessed by Tangaloa. I suspect that many of our questions about Hasongo will soon be answered.
The Queen's voice fills the expansive throne room, leaving you with a hushed silence to fill. Take stock of your audience. The Valian Nero projects influence with his fine garb and gems. Haru, the Rowatayan Hazanui, stands rigidly, watching the assembly through slitted eyes. She seems like someone who rarely leaves her back to a door. Onikaza, the Huana Queen, is all ease and comfort, though something in her bearing speaks of quiet, measured intensity. Her brother, standing away from the proceedings, cannot hide a satisfied grin. The chaos of the hall appeals to him. How did you know I'm a watcher?
She has a keen eye, my sister. Keener than your shooter's bird, Hazanui.
The prince nods toward a woman standing by the Rowatayan admiral, his interest in her unabashed.
Don't listen to Amishi.
She clucks her tongue down at the colorful bird pacing around her feet.
Among her other qualities, the Kahanga Queen can speak for herself.
Onikaza folds her hands in her lap and lifts her brow expectantly. I've come with a warning for the Queen.
How quaint of you to point this out in a room of warmongers and conspirators.
Her mouth spreads in a knowing smile.
You have the ear of the throne. Speak on, then.
Onikaza leans forward in her throne.
I know this one. His parlor tricks frightened 10 years of every sailor in Queen's birth.
Raising her hand for silence, Onikaza looks to her brother. He approaches, and they exchange a few words too quietly to hear. He lifts her gaze to you once more.
We assembled to discuss the darkening of Hasongo, one of Rawatai's colonies. Watcher, it seems you have the floor.
She opens her palm and waits. Port Mage suffered similar damage when Aethys passed through.
Huh. What sailor's tale is this?
She snorts.
There's no sane explanation for what's been happening. You keep waiting for one, it'll be too late.
Does tilling the soils of the Eastern Reach drive all men mad? You sound as crazy as the Dawnstar Dreamers.
She looks at Adair the way one would look at an especially rabid but fascinating animal.
Have you not heard the rumors, Karu? An Adra Colossus marching across the sea. Sailor tales, but credible ones.
Nero crosses his arms, looking distinctly uncomfortable.
Cantanicese. I'm acquainted with the Watcher of Cadnua from my assignments in Defiance Bay and Twin Elms.
Diverus? It explains the colorful nature of your reports.
I have seen things with him that are not even told in the most outlandish of sailors' tales.
And I'm supposed to take 2 Valians at their word?
She gestures between Nero and Pallegina.
How came a watcher from half the world away to be involved in these happenings? Enlighten the court.
Aethys emerged from beneath Cadnua, my castle. He made this personal. Silence descends on the hall. Courtiers and delegates eye one another, seemingly gauging which of them will be the first to laugh. A stern look from Queen Onikaza turns every questioning glance to stone.
Tracking down a god who stands as tall as a mountain. A fisherman with poor eyesight could do this. My priests will trip over their feet to interpret his divine plan. Watcher, can you cut through the din and tell for what he comes to the Deadfire?
I'm not a big fan of the stoic option here. We'll be honest. Yes. I plan on using Audra pillars to track and ultimately confront Aethys.
How resourceful of you. The Isles are studded with enough luminous Adra to bankroll an economy.
She turns a quiet glance in Nero's direction.
I believe our course is clear. We will send the Watcher to Hisongo.
Onikaza spreads her hands, calmly assured of her reasoning.
Set sail to the west of Nekataka. I would tell you to keep a weather eye out for a lighthouse, but the God of Light did not appreciate competition. Something to add, Hazanui? You have an eager look about you. She believes herself entitled to my ear, I say.
Onikaza's gaze wanders back to you only briefly.
Only that Hasongo is a Rawatayan outpost. It would be useful for the Watcher to take one of ours along.
She inclines her chin at another woman standing nearby.
Ma'am.
A composed Samoa stands at attention, her furrowed brow cleaving down otherwise warm features. By her feet, a colorful bird preens itself without concern.
Maya's an expert sailor and a better sharpshooter. The best the Brass Citadel has to offer.
She looks you in the eye and gives you a slow nod.
Whatever comes your way, she'll see it first.
If it gets me and Ashiza out of diplomat duty, we'd set sail with a drunk scolder at the helm.
Maya sighs with resignation and nudges her bird affectionately with her toe.
And shut us out entirely? We have every right to know of any hazards in these waters. Pallegina, go with the Watcher. See that the Republics are served in this investigation.
Nero turns to the godlike warrior standing off to the side.
Ah, Your Excellency. Hamed Kongswalias.
Pallegina's golden eyes flash in your direction, but her face betrays no hint of emotion.
That will be enough parading of champions for now. I'm certain that our guest knows how to assemble a crew.
Onikaza raises her brow and scrutinizes the pair. Can't I take both? I need all the help I can get.
Akira, if you can stand the chattering of unlike minds on your ship, that is your prerogative.
Onikaza blinks with amusement as she takes note of the look that Maya and Pallegina exchange.
Oh, good thing I'm already accustomed to cramped quarters and temperamental birds.
She winks at Pallegina.
We both have our orders. I have no interest in interfering with you as long as you do not interfere with me.
Based off that brief interaction, I have a feeling they're going to get along just fine, so long as they're not in their dignitary's presence.
I believe we are finished here. Aruihi?
Queen Onikaza rises from her throne, and the surrounding guards stand at immediate attention.
Aren't we popular? Take care at Hasongo. The Deadfire was overfull before Aethys blundered in.
Onikaza nods to you as she adjourns.
And take care with your trading company spies.
She glances at Maya and Pallegina.
I say it is beyond time our guests lick their wounds somewhere else.
He banishes the foreign dignitaries with a swift and unmistakably disgusted wave. So the dignitaries themselves should go back to their respective outposts. To the Brass Citadel and the Valian headquarters. We can go speak to them after this as well. Alright, so Maya is a ranger. She become a scout, which is a ranger rogue or geomancer, ranger wizard. I think their ranger rogue route will lead to a lot of damage. Maybe not so much with the early levels, but it'll give her some escape tools as well. Plus, I think Scout makes sense, since she's supposed to be good at seeing things off in the distance, according to the Hazanui. Now, this is interesting. It's a paladin or crusader, which is a paladin and fighter, which is my initial plan for my main character. But I thought the name Arcane Knight sounded cooler than Crusader. Or a Herald. I think we're going to go with that. A lot of the companions and sidekicks have the Chanter option. But I'm going to make her our second line support. So I think Chanter will be better than the Crusader. Or even a pure Paladin. Alright, we're going to spend some time to level these two up. We do have our full A team now. We also got an achievement for getting all the companions. Our full A team would be my main character, Adair, Aloth, Jody, and Pallegina.
While we have the chance.
She's really good at stealth. I don't use it very often. But we could use it. And bluff, I guess. It doesn't matter. Aloth is covering our bluff skill already. We have everything else covered anyway, so... Alright, so she has a bird companion. The ability to fly grants birds a natural ability to avoid engagement entirely. All rangers form a strong spiritual connection with a single creature, their animal companion. This connection allows rangers and their companions to coordinate attacks and efficiently take down prey. In most situations, the companion runs interference while the ranger attacks at range. Despite these advantages, there are risks to the relationship. Rangers share a literal life bond with their animal companions. When one is wounded, they can sense it and feel intense emotional pain. If the ranger or animal companion are knocked unconscious, the partner suffers from bonded grief, affecting accuracy and other stats, until the downed ally is revived. If the ranger is ever killed, the animal companion immediately dies from grief. And Gunhawk. Gunhawks are a type of ranger unique to Roatai, who use hawk companions to complement their sharpshooting skills. So they get a bonus to all firearms, arquebus, pistol, and blunderbuss. They have increased range, and all firearms receive a chance to interrupt on hit. So plus 20% range of the arquebus, well, all ranged weapons, and 20% chance to interrupt target. I only have 5% with blunderbuss, but they have multiple projectiles. Neat. Alright, so marked prey. Designates a single target as prey, giving the ranger and animal companion an accuracy bonus against that target. And she already has wounding shot. The ranger aims for a spot that will leave a trail to track, inflicting raw damage over time to the target. I'm gonna grab this first. Alright, Merciless Companion. Animal companions do small amounts of sneak attack damage against targets that qualify. Plus 30% damage. Faithful Companion. The ranger's animal companion gains resistance against intellect and perception afflictions. Resilient Companion. The ranger's animal companion gains improved armor rating against all damage types. Vicious Companion. Trains the ranger's animal companion in vicious tactics, causing it to deal more damage and penetrate armor more effectively. Unarmed training, arms bearer, and fast runner. Might as well grab this. More damage is always nice. Let's go and grab Gunner here. Well, let's read everything first. But Gunner, minus 20% reload time. Always good. The shot on the run. The recovery penalty while moving is reduced for ranged weapons. Protective Companion. Long experience fighting together enables the ranger and animal companion to fight as a highly efficient team. The ranger's animal companion gains +1 engagement. And Marksman. A +5 accuracy with ranged weapons against greater than 4 meter distance targets. Maybe that's better instead. Takedown. Instructs the ranger's animal companion to rush a target, knocking it prone. Or Heal Companion. The ranger can heal their animal companion. Let's go with Marksman. Oh, interesting. The rogue doesn't get the ranged balance. Let's grab Escape. It's good for any backline characters. And we'll probably just go all in on the ranged weapons. What does the Archipelago do? I'll look at it in a second. Alright, keep leading into Stealth and Bluff. I'm going to grab Merciless Companion here for the plus 30% damage and sneak attack against vulnerable targets. And we'll grab Takedown here for the Prone Affliction. Okay, a bunch of new stuff. A Defensive Bond. The empathetic bond between Ranger and Animal Companion yields a preternatural awareness of incoming danger, giving both a significant bonus to defense against area of effect attacks when the two are within 4 meters of each other. Predator Sense. Heightens the predatory instincts of the Ranger's Animal Companion, giving them a damage bonus on any creature suffering a damage over time effect. Alright, so we could lean into Wounding Shot then. Let's upgrade for Marked Prey, marked for the hunt. If the prey is killed, the mark will jump to a nearby enemy. And upgrades for Wounding Shot are Hobbling Shot. Ranger's Shot now hobbles the target. And Accurate Wounding Shot. Ranger's aim becomes far more accurate. Revive Companion. The Ranger can revive their animal companion and restore a small amount of health. Or Evasive Roll. Ranger quickly dives to a safe distance and gains the Quick Inspiration. Plus 5 Dexterity. This ability does not cause recovery. I will grab Predator Sense. This should be using Wounding Shot every fight anyway. And here I'll grab Blinding Strike. So dirty attack that makes the opponent unable to see, blinding the target. A lot of levels to go through. Okay, then here we'll grab Gunner for the reduced reload speed. So accuracy 20 versus... Oh, no bonus. Yeah, I don't care about hobbled as much, so let's... Actually, let's get marked for the hunt first. It doesn't say the ranger has to be the one to land the killing blow. That would give us more bang for our buck for the bond that it costs to cast marked prey. Okay, some more new stuff. So upgrades to takedown. We have takedown combo. The next attack on the target deals greatly increased damage. And brutal takedown. Grants a large penetration bonus to the attack. Upgrade for heal companion. Hardy companion. Also grants a hardy inspiration to the companion. Concussive shot. The ranger targets the enemy's head, interrupting them. And Hunter's Claw. Ranger strikes in melee like an apex predator, studying their prey and learning how best to defeat them. When first used, the ranger will gain additional accuracy against the race of their target. This bonus stacks with each successful hit, and with this ability against creatures of the same race up to a limit. Once a race has been chosen as prey, the ranger cannot designate a new race as prey until they rest, at which point all stacks are cleared. Interesting. We'll grab Resilient Companion. Go all in with the companion itself. So we've seen all of this before. We haven't seen the upgrades for Blinding Strike, because I didn't take Blinding Strike before. So Gouging Strike. Gouge enemies, causing raw damage over time until combat ends. Maybe we did read this. Then Confounding Blind. While blinded, all attacks of the target add a stacking penalty to deflection. Now let's go with the damage over time. Then we just put this on them, and the animal companion gets that plus 50% damage for the rest of combat. Okay, Palagina. We don't have anyone versed in diplomacy, right? Aloth is bluff. Adair is streetwise. Jody is religion. Main character is insight. Let's do diplomacy. And here, we might lean into Arcana. Well, I guess Jody has Arcana, doesn't she? So maybe Athletics again? Alright, we're leading to the Paladin stuff first. What does she get here? Alright, so Framos Mes Conk Sualius. The Framos Mes Conk Sualius, or Brotherhood of the Five Sons, is a Paladin order of the Valian Republics. The Five Sons refer to the five Valian Duke Bells, or Great Dukes. The Brotherhood is loyal to the collective will of the Ducal Congress, rather than to any particular duke or duchess, and members are forbidden from active intervention in the Congress's debates. You get Sworn Enemy, and a Sworn Enemy is upgraded to Wrath of the Five Sons. 5 searing projectiles shoot forth from the Paladin's hand towards the focus of their righteous fury. Neat. I will grab Deep Faith first. And continue leaning into athletics and diplomacy. I don't like how the Chanter page comes up first. Because she was a paladin first. I'll grab Lay on Hands here. Athletics and diplomacy. Alright, so I do have to select something here. I'll probably grab... Where's it at? Yeah, two-handed style here. I'll mostly use the Chanter tree for passives. I may get some summons. But not yet. Alright, Zealous Aura. Oh, awesome. She's already spec'd into Greatsword. I will also give her Blunderbuss. Athletics and Diplomacy. Yeah, that's why I was so excited that the Whispers of the Endless Paths was a reach weapon. Because I was going to give Pallegina a reach weapon and have her support from the second line behind my tank. So it worked out perfectly. Plus she's already spec'd into it, which is even better. Alright, let's see what we have here. That's for enemies. Bonus defenses for companions. Yeah, let's focus on some of the defensive chants. So again, at the sight of their comrades, their hearts grew bold. Plus 10 fortitude and plus 10 will. Yeah, nothing that I want there yet. Alright, then 1 dozen stood against the power of the saint. Get resistance to resolve and constitution afflictions for 6 seconds. Athletics and diplomacy still. More regeneration is always good. Don't really care for the rest of that. So I don't know if I've read these before. I may have with Constantine. I mean, summoning 3 worms sounds pretty good. So Gurnus slew the beast, but soon faced its kin. Shatter their shackles, cast off their chains. Removes dexterity affliction effects for allies in the area of effect. White worms writhe in the bellies of the dead. Causes nearby downed enemies to explode, expelling tiny white grubs and crushing nearby enemies. Ew. At the sound of his voice, the killers froze stiff. Paralyzes enemies in the area of effect. That might be worth it too. Rennie Darrett's ghost spake. I'll catch you, Ben Fidel. Causes enemies in the area of effect to be frightened. My son, do you see your sisters across the moor? Amasses stray soul fragments to form 2 will-o-wisps that fight for the party. Rejoice, my comrades, 2 fingers of daylight. The Chanter creates 2 bouncing beams of pure light that restore health and grant immunity to resolve afflictions on all allies they touch. There's also Ancient Memory. I think I'll grab this first. And for our Paladin... Shared Flames might be worth it. And since we already have Greater Lay on Hands for my main character, we'll grab for her Hands of Light. And then shared flames. I'll grab Pike here as well, so she has an alternate reach weapon. And then we'll grab Grinnis Slew the Beast, but soon face its kin. More stuff. Okay. Oh, but knock not on the door of Erdel and Girdle. Summons 2 fearsome ogres to fight for the party for the duration. Rise again, Scions of Adon. Revives allies in the air of effect with a small amount of health. The lover cried out to the beloved, I am yours. Stirs something deep inside enemies in the air of effect, charming them. His hunt for revenge, eternal. Duration is greatly increased. Nor flame, nor thrusted blade. Also grants burn and pierce armor. So what does this do? Increases slash and shock armor ratings for all allies in the area of effect. Okay. Its crash could not be denied. Gains an accuracy bonus. And their screams reach the heavens. Worms are more powerful and have unique attacks. I'll probably take that then. The prisoners turned on their captors. Characters that have dexterity effects cleared now gain the strong inspiration. Their putrid stench wafts across. Enemies in the area are now sickened. And their fear followed them into the foothills. When the paralyzation ends, the foes become frightened. The bridemen slew 30 before they crossed half the hall. Empowers allies in the air of effect with his strong and steadfast inspirations. Aphiloth Wes Smith Fear. Bestows burning effect on all ally weapons. The Silver Knight's shields broke both arrow and blade. Increases the deflection and engagement limit of allies in the air of effect. That's actually really good to keep my front line in check. The Long Night's drink birthed the Revenge of Morning. Enemies near the chanter become weakened and have their might reduced. So this is really good since she's going to be right behind my front line. So both Adair, my main character, and Jody, we have the plus 10 to deflection and plus 1 enemies engaged, which means the enemies will have a harder time getting past them into my backline. But this also sounds really cool. I might lean into the worm summons. And Drake summons later on. And an adult dragon later. Oh no, we don't get these last two, do we? That's okay. Let's go ahead and grab... It's a tough call. We'll get the Silver Knight's shields broke both arrow and blade first. And then Exalted Focus here. Let's also convert some hits to crits. Awesome. Alright, so we spent almost the entire episode leveling up 2 new companions, but it's important to do, and to understand what they're capable of. So, in the next one, we will speak to both Pallegina and Maya. We'll explore the palace and speak to everybody. I will also equip Maya and Pallegina next time. Mostly Pallegina, since she's going to be part of our A-team. In fact, let's go and put her right there. So we need to swap out Maya.
Yeah, sure.
For Jody when we get the chance. But we'll keep her in our party for now, especially since we need to talk to her. They should have unique equipment as well, right? Yeah, they usually do. So, we'll go over that as well. But for now, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.